Happy Sunday morning. Yesterday, I was preparing to go to the women's prison to spend a little time with the ladies and do the faith and fitness activity with them and lead them in exercise as well as devotion. And I was looking at Psalm 116 again. I'd written a blog post about it a couple of months ago. And as I went through the psalm, I just made two columns, two lists: the Lord's actions and my response. So I'm going to read that to you. I'm going to read the Lord's actions. He hears my voice. He bends down to listen. He protects those with childlike faith. He's good to me. He has saved me from death. He cares deeply, and he has freed me. And my response, according to Psalm 116, I love the Lord. I will pray. I call on his name. I believe in him. I cry out to him. I offer my thanks. I lift up his name. I keep my promises to him. I fulfill my vows to him. And that reminds me of how grateful I am to God for everything that he has done for me. And joy just rises up inside of me. And I want to give it expression. So one of the things that I did with the ladies, and when I get to lead the fitness part of it, we dance. I bring very lively Christian music in there, and we have a good time. And I tell the ladies, let the joy of the Lord so fill you that you have to express it. And it's okay for us to dance. David danced before the Lord. And it's not a provocative kind of dancing, it's a joyful kind of dancing. And it reminded me of my granddaughter, Joanna. She loves to dance. Now, I know that she's only 7.5 months old, but if you hold her, support her so that the weight is off of her feet, and you turn on particularly Happy Dance. It's a song. It's so super fast moving. It's about Jesus and how good he is to us and how he has saved us. And she loves that song. And if you just take the weight off of her feet, as soon as that song starts, woo, she starts moving, her feet are going. She gets this great big smile on her face, and she does not want to quit until that song is over. And I thought that's how we need to be. So full of the joy of the Lord that it has to find expression. So I encourage you, think about all the things that God has done for you. Think about what he has rescued you from, and lean into the joy of the Lord and allow that to be your strength. And I'll tell you, there are three things anyway that come to mind that it does for us. When we're going through trials and we express the joy of the Lord, it confuses the enemy. He doesn't know what to do with us. When we're joyful in the midst of difficulty, he doesn't know what to do. He has to back up because we have the presence of Jesus Christ manifesting itself through us in our joy. And also the people around us see a different response than the world. When we're walking through difficult circumstances and we maintain joy, that looks different. And it's attractive. And also it keeps our hearts right. Keeps our eyes on Jesus, who is the only one who can bring us out of our trials. So go read Psalm 116, and the blog post is on my website under blogs, and it's called Dwelling with Him, if you'd like to read that as well. But Psalm 116 is just, it's a little bit lengthy and it's beautiful. It's rich. There's so much there. So I encourage you, go read it and think about, you can replay this list that I read to you and think about the goodness of God and how our response shows our gratitude. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Go to church. That's where I'm headed, and I will see you next week.